Amp Unit, where the fuck you at? Here, bitch! Welcome to the Ant-Man's very first show of No, I Don't Apologize. This channel, here on YouTube and especially in the wrestling community, is very controversial. You guys know this. We call it down the middle, but we hit hard and we drop truth and facts along the way. Most times, that's going to offend a lot of people. That's going to make them emotional and that's going to hurt their feelings. So let me just get this out of the way right off the bat. Leave your emotions and your feelings at the door or get the fuck out. Because the Amplified Man doesn't give two shits about your feelings and your emotions. Go cry somewhere else. Here, we're hitting the fucking truths and the facts and we're dishing them out whether you like it or not. Now, several times I've tried to get an episodic type of show on this channel, and YouTube just doesn't like it. You just made the list! Pretty much got canceled, right? No video was getting monetized. They just didn't like it. It was too much truth bombs. And then we go with Amplified Rants with 2.0. And that demonetized. Nobody wanted to do business. Advertisers dropping off. It was too controversial. 2.0 and YouTube, they just don't coincide. But the Amplified Man is going at it again. And this time it's No, I Don't Apologize. And this is with the Amplified Man. You can have a mixture of 2.0, which most times you do anyway. We're very similar to each other. But we're going to drop those facts and truths better and more epic than ever before on these shows. And this is episode 1, so I want to get right into it. I'm not going to run my mouth anymore about what the show's about. I'm going to show you. And we're going to start. Where else would we start? The first No, I Don't Apologize participant this week. And that is this motherfucker.
Of course, it's Nia. She's not like most girls, 'cause most girls actually have some talent. Ha ha.
Come on, bro. Of course I don't apologize for everything I've said about Nia Jax in the past, week after week, month after month, well before Monday Night Raw, and after this past Monday night on the review show, because I stand by everything that I said. Until she goes and gets trained properly on how to wrestle, she has no business in a WWE main roster ring or an NXT ring or anywhere in the world. She should be taking on tackling dummies like they do in football practice. Non-human beings, just fucking dummies. Learn with them, then graduate slowly, but surely, but slowly with fucking actual human beings. But until then, if any actual female actually wants to step in the ring with Nia, I would give you the same advice I'm giving Daniel Bryan, who's going to face Brock Lesnar this Sunday. And I told Daniel Bryan, wear a helmet when you go in there Sunday against Brock. I don't care if it's a football helmet, a motorcycle helmet, an astronaut helmet. You just wear some head protection, because Brock is probably gonna kill you. So in order to survive, wear a fucking helmet. Well, I'm telling any female who's going in there against Nia, who's got the bravery and the guts and the fortitude to go in there with Nia Jax, who Nia Jax doesn't even know how much she's gonna fuck you up. Not storyline-wise. You go in there with a whole football uniform. Or a fucking hockey uniform at that point. You need thigh pads, shoulder pads, get something around your fucking stomach, face protection, get a face mask with the helmet, everything. Because Nia Jax has not shown anybody that she can be trusted with another human being in that ring. I told you guys in, my last video, correct? What was it, my SmackDown? Yeah, my SmackDown review reaction video. Where I went over exactly what happened to Becky Lynch. And that was a full throttle punch. A street fucking punch where she just went swinging. That was not a wrestling punch. But I also went over 5 or 6 more cases where Nia Jax was completely just oblivious to how bad she is in that ring. This is just one fucking photo of a million I can show you. This is Nia Jax trying to do a shoulder breaker to Charlotte Flair. Not only did she miss the shoulder, she put her knee directly in Charlotte's face, which snapped back Charlotte's head, could have broke her neck. But then on the landing, check this shit out.
Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. That is a thing of beauty. That is textbook Pro Wrestling 101 right there. When you look at how to do a shoulder breaker, that's it. First, you put her head into your knee, and then, why not, just drop her on her head.
So yeah, again, there's been a ton of catastrophic mishaps with Nia Jax in her just 2-year main roster career, if even. And they're not just botches. A lot of the fanboys and fangirls out there want to go, yeah, but this person botched, this person botched, you're not hard on them, you're not hard on them, like I'm gonna compare Sasha Banks to Nia. Okay, worlds apart. One actually can do her fucking job incredibly, the other one can't. Owen Hart and Nia Jax, you want me to compare them? When Owen dropped Stone Cold on his fucking head, one fucking mishap to Nia's fucking 6, 7, 8 in her 2 years on the main roster? But I'm supposed to compare Owen and Nia. Okay, I'll do that. Finn Balor or fucking Seth Rollins. Let me compare actual amazing superstars to somebody who sucks at their job. How is that a comparison, you dumb fucknuts? Please. No. Nia Jax is not a good wrestler. The reason that's a problem is because her job is a professional wrestler. Well, that ain't good. So no, Nia Jax or fanboys and fangirls, I don't apologize. Let's move on to another dumb schmuck.
And then there's this guy. Yes, Vince, that's the same exact look your fans have every single Monday night on Raw.
Vince McMahon! You talk about dumb schmucks. I don't know what the fuck is happening with this son of a bitch. Either his head is seriously so far up the XFL's ass that he has lost complete competence of the WWE product and what the fuck he's doing, or literally, old age is just getting to him. Maybe it's a mixture of the two. Maybe he sees his days coming to an end or his years, right? He sees that fucking, the open sky arising. And he's thinking, maybe I'm gonna sabotage what I created. Right? Like he did with the NWO angle. I'm gonna kill what I created from the inside, right? And if he's going down, everybody's going down. Nobody can be fucking happy with the product anymore. All I know is this motherfucker is not confusing us or keeping us intrigued in a good way. Sometimes confusion can lead to some good intriguing shit. Storylines, feuds, characters. But no, we get done with a Raw and a SmackDown and 90% of the time we're befuddled, confused as fuck, cause none of it makes sense. Segment after segment doesn't make sense, and there's no consistency week to week. In fact, every week, we just get the same redundancy. Redundant rematches every fucking week. Nothing makes fucking sense. You have a guy hold the championship for 371 days, and the big payoff is during a SmackDown event before his 1-year anniversary. Wow! Fucking brilliant booking there, bitch! You have a guy like Braun Strowman. You spend all this time and resources, months of building him up the right way organically, and he's gonna be one of your brightest stars, and you kill it for a guy who you want to be the star, who just 50 to 60% of the crowd at least doesn't want as their main face. So you killed the guy who was going to a meteoric fucking sensational rise organically to becoming one of the biggest stars in the company, and you just swipe the rug from underneath his feet. You chop his legs out from underneath him. You turn him heel. You throw him with 2 other guys in this weird 3-man faction just to feed them to the aforementioned guy that you want, which was Roman Reigns and his faction. You feed them to the Shield. Or that was the plan anyway, before tragedy did strike down on Roman. Again, every time I mention that, I gotta say, strength and prayers with you, Joe. We wish you nothing but the best. But that's what happened. This guy got his whole momentum cut short, chopped out from underneath him, and then fed to a guy who is just never going to be over organically. When he comes back, we'll hoot and we'll holler, and it'll be an awesome welcoming back to him because he just fought one of the biggest battles that any human being can ever face. But Had that not happened, was he gonna get over again? Absolutely not. So why the fuck would you kill Braun like that? Just to clear the way for a guy who's never gonna get open. It's mind-boggling. And he's done that for 4 years. He has made sure that nobody eclipsed Roman. What the fuck? I have seen Royal Rumbles, WrestleManias even, go off the air with fans not just unhappy storyline-wise. So we're like, oh, boo, but we saw an awesome show. No, you left fans fucking frustrated, throwing shit in the ring, going home unhappy with the whole fucking show because of one fucking ending. You needed Roman to end all of your shows when you knew the crowd was not going to be responsive to that. For 4 years, you made your product suffer, and in the process, no new stars were being able to be created because they were all being fed to either Roman or not even being created because of Roman. And then AJ Styles, guy doesn't even get the fucking end main event card. No, he never can get a fucking actual main event. But on top of that, that's not the most important thing. You could still be an important match and not being the main event, but shit, you never throw him any of them. But then on top of that, you take him out of one of the main events of Survivor Series 5 nights before, and you have him lose his championship that he's had for 371 fucking days. These are just some of the scenarios that boggle not just mine, but fans around the world. Boggles our minds to the point where we want to put our head to a fucking cement wall. Many cement walls. This guy has absolutely gone off of his rocker. He is gone. He is in left field with a hockey stick. I don't know if there's any coming back from this. I don't know if Triple H can save this shit at all, because he, from the looks of it, has hid his head so far up NXT's ass, it's not even funny. Making that a third brand. How about you focus and concentrate on your first 2 brands and making them special again before we start adding all these other brands? Fuck! On to the third fucking schmuck, but first of all, I just want to say no, Vince. Any comments I've made, I do not apologize. Let's move on.
Her again? What the fuck is she still doing here? Yes, Tamina, that is a bag. Pack that shit and get the fuck out.
Oh, why the fuck do I have to talk about Tamina Snuka? You honestly think I want to talk about Tamina Snuka? But this is another one where people get salty and offended and their feelings they get all up in their emotions. Leave Tamina alone. She's good, BC. No, she's actually not. Leave her alone, BC. You don't want her to lose her job. There's a lot of people that don't have a job because somebody who sucks at their job has that job. So maybe let the person who can do the job in to do the job. Nothing you throw at me is going to change the fact that, like Nia, Tamina has 0 talent. Don't fucking come with me like, oh, she has some talent, BC. She can throw a punch and a kick. Her punches and kicks are about as good as Nia's. That's not saying something special. Tamina Snuka is not good at her fucking job. When it comes to professional wrestling, what does she offer? Listen, even the Tamina fans, I'm gonna hit you hard here and this is gonna hurt. What does she offer to the wrestling world? What does she offer when she shows up in a segment on SmackDown, Raw, a pay-per-view? What does she offer? I have the answer. It's rhetorical. You want to hear it? Nothing! Wrestling! She is fucking horrible to no end. She can't do anything. When she first debuted, she did a little something, and even that was very little. But nothing! So on the microphone, she's gotta be dominant, right? Nothing! She's one of the worst individuals, human beings I've ever seen behind a microphone. From the bingo hall down the street to WWE and everywhere in between. They don't come worse than Tamina Snuka on the microphone. Mannerisms, facial expressions? She doesn't even engage with the crowd. She tries the mean mug and she just wants to get the fuck out of there and to collect that paycheck. She offers nothing to this business. What that she's a Snuka? Vince just hoards all of the kids from all of his wrestlers. Most of them don't amount to fucking anything. Curtis Axel, I love the guy, but what the fuck is he doing? He's eating a ton amount of fucking veggies and cake at catering, that's it. Bo Dallas, another fucking generational superstar, right next to Curtis Axel, eating his veggies and cake at catering. There's Tamina Snuka and a host of others. But if they're not offering anything, move on. If you suck at your job in any profession in life, you either get fired or you come to a mutual agreement that you should just leave. Make room for the females around the world that could be doing epic shit in this business. I don't give a fuck if you're Samoan, who you're related to, you suck. Nothing. Tamina Snuka comes down the aisle and you could hear a pin drop in the arena. Somebody, one person out of 15,000 has a pin, just a little pin, and if they dropped it, you could hear it. That's how silent it is. And when the bell rings, just as silent. Nobody in the fucking world is being or has ever been entertained by Tamina. And there's always a dipshit. BC, she had one match, it was down in NXT. The year was 2000 and who the fuck cares? Anybody can fucking win the lottery if they get lucky once in a while. The point is, nobody. I'm not even going to use the word consistently because it's not even close to consistently. She just never entertains anybody, ever. Why be heated about this? It's just one roster spot, BC, because there's ladies like Evilise down there in Lucha Underground that would be fucking epic in this fucking role. There's ladies on the main roster right now. Sasha Banks, Ember Moon, Naomi, Asuka, that should be getting prominent TV time. And Tamina is getting one of the best storylines. With another female, because of her fucking heritage, and who she's related to, is getting all this fucking time. And if you're a real fucking fan, you have an issue with this. If you don't have an issue with this, I'm calling it right now. This is the truth. This isn't my opinion. This isn't just my take on it. If you don't have a problem with Tamina and Nia Jax being on the roster, you're not a real fan. You're just one of those little casuals. There's nothing wrong with that, but know the difference. Don't try to hop onto our side and be like, I'm a real fan. I just have a different opinion than yours. What, you don't like opinions, Beast? No, I like facts. I don't like opinions. I like facts. How's that? Take your opinions, just like I told you what to do with your feelings and emotions, leave them at the door, and or get the fuck out. That's what you could do with your opinions. I deal in facts on this channel. Tamina Snuka, no. And your fans, no. I don't apologize. Moving on.
Of course it's this fucking guy. Hey, Punk, if you ever let your wife AJ Lee out of the house, let her know the Amplified Man wants to take her for a cup of coffee soon, huh?
Yeah, it was CM Punk that once said, and I quote, I pride myself on being the jerk because I'm brutally honest. Well, jerk, allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm the asshole! But you already knew that, didn't you? Because you're the one that Googled me, found my Twitter, and blocked me. That's right, you looked up the Amplified Man in my social media to block me because of comments I made in previous videos about you. It hurt you so much you had to come find me and block me. Block me on your social media because I'm being too mean. I didn't search for you. I didn't fucking at you on social media. You came to the Amplified Man because I had you right where I fucking wanted you. The bitch that you are. And it was also the CM Punk quote that said, when I talk truth. And when I talk, people listen. And that is real power. Isn't that what you once said? Well, when I talk, I drop more truth. When I talk, people listen. And when I talk, I have the fucking power. You couldn't handle it then, you can't handle it now, and you never will be. Because deep inside, when it's all said and done, what you truly are at your core, the foundation of Phil Brooks, is a bitch-ass pussy. That's the fucking truth. All the things I said about CM Punk, now's the time to just be a bigger man and just apologize, water under the bridge. If I see him at a Comic-Con or something, let's just have a fucking brewski. Oh, I'm sorry, he can't even drink. Let's have a fucking coffee, right? On me, Starbucks on me, you, me, your wife AJ, whatever the fuck you want to do, or just me, you. Right, now's the time for me to apologize, and let's just have a cup of coffee in the future. But, that's not the name of the show, and that's not who the fuck I am. I stand behind every fucking thing I've ever said about you. You are a fucking phony. At the core and foundation of who you are a phony. At the core and foundation of who you are a fucking bitch-ass pussy, and you know it. You can block me every which way. That's not gonna get away from the facts. And the facts are, you're a phony and a pussy. Deal with that shit. But judging by how you do live your life, you already know that, don't you? So no, I don't apologize, Phil. To my amplified unit, thank you for joining me for episode 1 of No, I Don't Apologize. And there'll be many more to come, I assure you, because many more people need to be whipped up into shape. That's what I'm here for. Why? Because again, I'm the asshole. Amplified man, double fisting some Starbucks and whooping that NYC ass. And it's a fucking blizzard it looks like right now. Middle of November, and we already got the fucking snow coming down, but I'm gonna be like a fucking wild Eskimo out there throwing Nia Jax bows at anybody that gets between me and my Starbucks. For now, check you later! Of course I don't apologize. What the fuck? People think I'm gonna apologize?